What's up, party people? Welcome to a fresh new episode of Artist Profile. Today we're here at Ebony Lounge with DJ Kace. So, my first question, who's the guy behind the Kace?
Someone who was born and raised in Kenya and took a liking to everything that's Kenyan and decided to spend the rest of his life here.
So what are your real names?
The real name is Kevin Amani Van Dyke.
Amani?
Yeah, Amani.
Oh, wow.
I was born in Nairobi Hospital, so my parents thought it would be a good idea to give me a
Amani.
Swahili name as well.
And do you know what it stands for?
Yeah, peace.
Oh, okay. So you know a bit of Swahili?
Kidogo too, but not enough to hold a conversation. So
What if I decide to make this interview in Swahili?
I die. I'd be finished. I'd embarrass myself.
What's the best thing that you love about this country?
Everything. I think the people really stand out the most. I think Kenyans as a whole, because I've traveled around quite a bit as well, and Kenyans just in general are really kind-hearted, open, and just above everything, just happy people. Like you can go to a slum and you'll talk to someone who has nothing, and they'll be happier than someone you've met abroad who has next to everything. People abroad just love to complain, but here Kenyans really hardly, they make a joke out of
Everything.
their hardships in life. So it's a really positive attitude that most people have around here.
Yeah.
And it's really what I admire about this country.
And what's your best meal in Kenya?
Ugali is a must. And chapo. I can have like 1,000 chapatis, no problem. And then of course I have to keep in touch with my Jaluo roots because those deep fried fish all day.
Not nyama choma?
Yam choms is nice as well, but I think I'm going through a samaki phase right now.
Okay. So what drove you into the field of DJing and why not choose a different career?
My parents actually started an organization a while ago called Sarakasi Trust, which deals a lot in the music industry as well as dance acrobatics. So I was always kind of attached to the entertainment industry at some point. And I had wanted to actually be actually before I was a DJ, I was a dancer. And then I decided, let me try some rapping as well, but I was terrible. But I always wanted to do something, you know, music related. And then I have an elder brother who kind of introduced me to the whole DJing thing. And then it kind of just made sense and took off from there.
Yeah. Okay, comparing the local DJs and the international DJs, what's your take on both of them?
Well, and I think several other DJs or people here in general would agree with me, but I actually think that the DJ standard, like the average club DJ in Kenya, is actually a lot better than DJs internationally. I think G-Money has said it before in the past as well, and I know DJs who've been abroad can agree with me because I actually spent a year in Manchester doing studies there, and I lived in Amsterdam for several years, and I've been to the States as well, and every time I go to a club really expecting really big things because I'm used to the standards here, and those are all party capitals around the world, and I was actually surprisingly disappointed going abroad because I think the industry here is so competitive and you've got so many DJs that have to really raise the bar to get into clubs and get things going, that just from technical ability to song choice to just being able to play long sets, it's just so much better here than it is abroad.
So still on that, have you gone to a DJ academy or how did you get to learn how to DJ?
No DJ academy. I just literally picked up the software one day and then bought myself an entry-level controller because I was just thinking about this the other day as well. A DJ academy is good if you want guidance, but if you're really good at, or if you want to pick it up by yourself, something like an entry-level controller, which is basically a hell of a lot cheaper than the Pioneer decks that are basically the club standard. You can mix whenever you want, however you want, and kind of learn at your own pace. So that's how I did it. So I didn't have any mentorship. I didn't have anyone basically teaching me how to do things. I kind of just had to discover everything on my own, but that's how I like to do things. So,
what are the challenges that you faced from the minute you said that I, as Kevin, wants to become a DJ?
The challenge is always getting your name out there, making sure that, you know, that struggle between being a startup in your bedroom to being an established club DJ that guys are calling week in, week out. It's not an overnight thing. I mean, I've been DJing for around 8 years more.
Wow.
So to get to the level where I am, there's a lot of gigs, where you go there and you're not gonna get any payment. You're gonna get an early set time. Guys don't really know who you are, so you get duped a lot of the time. In the first few years, guys really take advantage of you because they know that you need them more than they need you.
Yeah.
So once you reach the point where you kind of, I think, so that's basically the main struggle. It's basically working through that whole struggle where you need that exposure more than they kind of want to start calling you. So it's the build-up of the brand, and there's no easy way to go about it. It's just something you have to go through to get established. It's just a really long, hard climb.
And how extensive is your library? Like, what genres of songs do you mix?
Well, I pride myself on being versatile. Like, as DJ Kace, I play everything ranging from hip-hop, dancehall, soul, local, lingala, like everything. And then recently I've started a new a duo with another DJ called DJ Kume, and we're doing something that's called Maverick. So that's me branching into the house music genre a little bit more, because basically I have quite an eclectic music taste, and I know to be a successful DJ you need to have knowledge of all music styles and music genres. So in terms of my music library, it goes like any one genre of music, like from 80s to local again. It's just, I have gigs on gigs of just music that I can just, and I take all of it with me to a club because I don't believe in pre-selecting or coming up with a set plan. It's all about going off of what different individuals like, and you might end up seeing that, okay, these guys are feeling this a lot more. So you have to go into something you had no idea was even going to be played that night. So it's good to keep as much music with you as possible.
So still on that, have you ever made a mistake while you're performing at a club or an event?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. I mean, everyone, you know, it could be something stupid, like you're in the middle of a song and you press pause in the song.
Exactly, and everyone is like, no.
Yeah, I mean, but it happens obviously almost not at all anymore, but like once in a while, I mean, human error is inevitable, so.
Yeah. Take me through the events and parties that you're featured in.
Thursdays nowadays, I'm playing at Aqua Blue. There's a brand new night that we started up called Africa Wild. And it's basically focused and geared around African music only, like not just Kenyan or East African, just everything from the continent. And also real old school stuff, because I figured it's about time we really get some more exposure just to celebrate our continent as a whole. Because I mean, the African Mzungu has to represent Africa however we can, kind of thing. Other than that, I think the big events that are coming up are Kikoi Culture on the 8th, which is going to be massive. I'm really excited for that, you know, 6 a.m. coming through with a big event again. And then obviously the end of August, Hakuna Matata over at Machakos is going to be just madness.
I can see you still have your band.
Yeah, this is from the first one.
The first one?
I actually had, I had a bunch of 6 a.m. bands and a bunch of other ones, but they got too tight. So this is the only one that's actually stood the test of time. And it's still with us today.
So when you're out there in the streets and then you're walking and people start calling out DJ Kace, you know, how do you handle that kind of attention?
It's interesting because I guess you kind of get used to guys, because actually it's not always, people don't always say like hey or all that kind of stuff, but you do get a lot of looks. So you kind of get used to the fact that you're recognized. And then when the type of people that actually shout out hey and what's up, it's always interesting to see what type of people do this, because I mean, I've had, from a businessman walking down the street, I've had the range all the way down to a chokora and even a prostitute around the corner, like while I was driving by. So it's just interesting to know that you're known in a really wide variety of people, and it makes you feel good, because it's like your hard work is paying off and you're being recognized.
So you stop and smile, take a selfie.
Yeah, I mean, if someone wants a photo, I can never say no to that. I mean, the fans are who made you, so I'm never gonna have that attitude of I'm too good for the fans or I'm too good for anyone. Because I don't like that. I know there's a lot of guys around, not just internationally but locally as well, who kind of build up that attitude where, you know, I'm rich, I'm famous, you know, I know I get that it comes with the brand to a certain extent, that untouchability, but I like to keep it real, and I like to be able to be approachable to like everyone. So yeah, if someone comes and says hi and wants to have a conversation, I'm always going to give everyone the time of day to kind of just at least have a discussion, say hi and take a photo, like at the very least.
So what's your preferred DJ setup?
I used to be really into just using controllers and all that kind of stuff because I liked showing up at a gig or at a club with my own stuff because it's a guarantee that it's going to work. It's my stuff. It's what I'm comfortable with. But nowadays, I'm actually really into a nice Rain 62 mixer with any two Pioneers, and I'm good to go for the night.
So how is your experience on the decks?
It's good. I mean, like I said, I used to be really into controllers and stuff because it's simple, but I've been mixing for over 8 years, and you know, once you've been around that long, you basically know, I mean, a deck is a deck, a CDJ is a CDJ.
Yeah.
Just jump on it and do your thing.
Do your thing. So what do you have in mind about your future project, and are you planning to release any new mixes?
In terms of DJing alone, I mean, I've been doing, this year I'm doing another year-long, basically mixtape thing where I release one mix every single month, and it's called a case study. So in January I did B.I.G. I've done one for Culture, Nameless. I did one for Eminem, DJ Premier, Conscience last month. This month it's going to be released next week. It's meant to be a secret, but I might as well drop the bomb. I'm going to drop a Kendrick mix,
Wow.
so that should be good. And then my Facebook page recently reached 10,000 likes.
I saw that yesterday.
So I'm going to release a bunch of mixes just as a thank you for the fans for that as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, long-term projects, I'm actually planning to branch more into event management type of things because I actually have a master's degree in event management as well. So it's something that I'm looking to kind of branch into eventually, but that's
Later
far
on.
from now. Yeah, it's,
I just remembered something. There's this theory that white people can't dance. What's your take on that?
I mean, like I said, before I was a DJ, I actually used to be the guy that used to go to clubs and dance the whole night through. Like, it's funny because a lot of DJs I ended up working with later, they were like, weren't you that guy that used to come to the club and I was dancing? Like, yeah, that was me. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's also because I grew up here, because I know a lot of white people who definitely cannot dance.
Yeah.
Like, there's a hell of a lot of them, like, trust, it's a true statement. But, I mean, I'm more Kenyan than
Mzungu.
so.
In your own opinion, do you think that the entertainment industry in Kenya is giving a chance to the female?
They're coming up. Kiara's around there making her moves, you know, really showcasing that, you know, there can be a DJ at the forefront. There's some other ones coming up. I know Chelsea Carter's around, DJ Noah. There's another one who's come up, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's either D2 or DII, I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name, but you're seeing them all over social media nowadays because I think not just the female DJs, but the basically major industry players are realizing that there's a big gap in the market because there's literally no or next to no female DJs. And I know there's several female DJs who've been doing it for a long time, like DJ Steele, is a good friend of mine, and she's been doing it for a long time. And I think the struggles that they faced when they started up as female DJs are now becoming less and less, because I think Kenya is opening up as a market and the event industry is basically becoming more accepting to everything.
Okay, so speaking of females, is there any special lady in your life?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
Okay, I won't go into much detail. What's your advice that you can give to the DJs in the entertainment industry?
You get out there basically and you represent your brand well. You have to create a brand about yourself, you need to push yourself because being a good DJ technically and being able to really mix for like 8 hours or 1 hour, delivering the most incredible crazy set, it's not enough. You need to make sure that your name is on the forefront of everyone's lips when they're thinking of hosting an event. I mean, where I am today is not only because I decided to become a good DJ and can mix, it's because I went out there and I know the right people and I made sure that I keep working at knowing the right people.
Other than being at the club every other weekend, what else do you do for fun?
If I'm not actually clubbing or being a DJ, basically, I just tend to like to get away from the madness and just sit at home.
At home?
Sitting at home, I mean, video games are a nice way to, you know, relax. Other than that, I'm a real big wildlife fan. So going on a safari here and there is also really preferred.
Okay, and so where can people get you, contact you?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's all the same, DJ Kace. So that's Deejay, the long spelling. Kace, Kace. So follow, like, share. I mean, all my mixes are posted on all of those. All my upcoming gigs are on all of those. So yeah.
Thanks for showing up.
Thank you very much.
It's been fun. Let's call it a wrap now.
All right. Yo, this is DJ Kace. You're watching Artist Profile on Mingi TV. Keep it locked. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and before we forget, please check our website on www.mingitv, and also follow us on Twitter at Mingi News, and don't forget to like our Facebook page, Mingi TV, and of course, follow me on Instagram at Anna Polinari. Yeah.
Yeah.